margin and still lose. First career playoff pass for Trevor Lawrence. Intercepted. Second drive. Intercepted.
Oh, my God.
3 Asante Samuel interceptions. They just kept coming. Coming.
Fourth was
4.5, including a muffed punt, 5 turnovers. And the Chargers turn it into points, but eventually not enough. Herbert to Everett, 24-0, and Doug Peterson's thinking, oh, I need a Jacksonville special. And third quarter, here we go, 30-14. Trevor Lawrence up top to Zay Jones.
He checked check that at the line of scrimmage. Great check versus that look. Throw the touchdown pass, get him back on track.
Is the comeback on? Well, Cameron Dicker hasn't missed pretty much all year for inside 50. 30-20. Dicker hanging left. Yes, it's early in the morning, just seeing who's awake. Brandon Staley watches. That touchdown grab by Christian Kirk. It's 30-27.
Shut their mouth, Kirk.
No, it's not. It's 30-26. And Joey Bosa does that, so it's a one-yard conversion attempt. Let's go for it.
Brilliant.
So it's 30-28.
Brilliant.
And they've got a shot to win it. Almost Kyle Van Noy right in his hands, threw it right to him.
That's a hard grab.
And that could have been the 5th and final interception of the night. Instead, it's now 4th and 1. What a call to Travis Etienne around the side.
What a call.
Etienne is the name Steve in Spanish.
Brilliant.
Or French.
Coaching.
It's early. I'm hooked on phonics. And the Jaguars are coming back for the win. Yeah! Holy crow! 27-0. No big whoop. And the Jaguars send Brandon Staley and the Chargers back home on the longest flight ever. We hope there was no jet stream in their face, because that would have taken even longer. Oh, my goodness. Trevor Lawrence. They had us in the first half, not going to lie. That's the old meme right there. And that's the way the Jacksonville Jaguars come back on the Los Angeles Chargers. How did that happen? Anybody who wants a shot on that? Steve?
I don't even know. I mean, this is a head scratcher because, you know, when the Jags were down 27-0, and we thought Cam Hayward over there, you know, he lone wolfed the Chargers, and he was feeling pretty good about himself. And there was, with 3 minutes left in the half, the chance of winning for the Jags was 1.2%. 1.2% chance of winning that game, coming back from 27.
You don't even like your milk like that.
It's amazing. And so, and you know, I was bragging up on Trevor Lawrence, right, for yesterday's show about him just slinging it right off the bat, and he was slinging it to the wrong team, right? But boy, did he sling it in the second half. Look at that quarterback sneak on a 2-point play. Fantastic. And you know what? It's a million little things. You can't really say that was the play, that was the interception. They didn't turn the ball. Chargers didn't turn the ball over. That's amazing to be up 5 in the turnover differential and lose. It's never happened before. 26 games before this. And so there's a lot of things that the Chargers need to go, from penalties to poor officiating. I thought it was terrible. And play here, losing contain on that 4th down call when Etienne went around the side.
That was a great call.
They're going to be stressing out about this game for a long time.
They are, and I went back and actually watched the tape last night because I thought, oh, I'm going to see some glaring moments. You don't give up a 27-point lead without these glaring moments and turning the football over and doing some dumb stuff.
Right.
And I couldn't pinpoint any of those things. They didn't make it easy on the Jags. The Jags just played great in the second half and made tough plays. And so I'm going to say my biggest takeaway, and it was Trevor Lawrence and Brock Purdy together. You know, we talked about in Players Only the emotions of the playoffs and how important it is to start fast and get something good happen for you early. And, you know, Brock Purdy struggled in the first half, and he was missing throws that he normally makes, and it looked like, you know, he was nervous. And then you have Trevor Lawrence, who throws 4 interceptions in about 16 minutes of play, and you just think, okay, 2 young guys, you better, you know, get the ball out of their hands, give it to somebody else. But instead, their coaches said, nope, we believe in these guys, we trust in these guys, and both of those guys stepped up, settled in, and made huge plays in the second half that helped define the wins for their football team. So you talk about emotions in the playoffs. It's so much about riding that wave, riding the wave of momentum, and being able to make the plays when they come to you at certain points in the game. Both these young quarterbacks did that. That's why their teams are moving on, but really, really impressed with how they finished those games.
And well, all of you guys, you're right, but one of the things that stuck out to me also, and he led to that victory. Man, seeing Purdy early on throw that ball high and that ball going, I said, okay, all right, this is, because we hadn't seen him struggle. I wanted to see what he does with some struggling and how he bounced back, and of course, he bounced back and made some great plays. I just got to say this. I was saying, Debo's back. Just don't look good with the Cowboys right there with Debo back in the fold for the 49ers.
Well, I mean, think about it. The 49ers got a 300-yard, 3-touchdown in the air, 1 on the ground game from Purdy. They got 100 yards rushing from Christian McCaffrey, and he scored a receiving touchdown. They got 100 yards receiving from Deebo Samuel. He got a touchdown. They got a fumble recovery from Nick Bosa. They got a second-half comeback win.
Yeah, they look great.
And they got a home playoff game to come.
They look
on top of all that. And then the Chargers. I mean,
they look great.
The fact that Jacksonville scored before the half and then got them 3 and out and then scored right after, or they got the ball back after just 2 minutes and then they scored. And then the Chargers could only get 3. They also missed a field goal. And the Jacksonville Jaguars got a long one in the third quarter to get back in it-ish. And then they got a quick one to Zay Jones. And the fact that they got the ball back at the end. Part 3, Mike McDaniel trying to join the only other Dolphins head coach to win his first playoff game with the team. That would be Dave Wanstead.
Dave?
Whoa. That's right. Right. Yes, Shula, Jimmy Johnson, and even Adam Gase lost his first playoff game with the Dolphins. Meanwhile, the Giants taking on the Vikings in the climate-controlled comfort in Minneapolis.
Looks good.
And then the evening, 30-degree night for Ravens-Bengals Part 3. And it looks like Tyler Huntley and Anthony Brown are going to get the start together. Are they going to play in the same game? How's that work? We'll get information on that. Dolphins, Bills, Giants, Vikings, Ravens, Bengals, and, of course, what looms Monday night? Oh, there it is. Bottom of the screen, but top of the marquee.
Boy.
Cowboys, Buccaneers on Monday Night Football. But we've got 4 hours to talk about Super Wild Card Saturday and then Super Wild Card Sunday. NFL Game Day morning presented by Intuit TurboTax is on the air. We do take you to kickoff of Dolphins and Bills here on this playoff Sunday. Rich Eisen, Steve Mariucci, Kurt Warner, Michael Irvin at the end of the set. Oh, my goodness, what happened yesterday. We've got highlights. I've got the paperwork to prove it.
Let's do it.
It all started in San Francisco. Pete Carroll and Geno Smith and the Seahawks took a punch for Brock Purdy and the Niners to start the game. How about this? Nice moves by Purdy. First career touchdown pass in the playoffs for the young man to Christian McCaffrey, who had a 68-yard run to set up that touchdown. 10-0. But it's 13-7 when Geno Smith says, let me just go up top to DK Metcalf.
This is what he's been doing good all year. DK and Tyler Lockett bombs away. There they go again.
Seahawks take the lead, and they took the lead at halftime as well as the Niners made an odd mistake on a squib kick and then a terrible Jimmy Ward penalty to give the lead to the Seahawks. Seahawks trying to get the lead again, 3rd and 14. Ball on the ground, Defensive Player of the Year. Goes on it. That's Nick Bosa with the play right there, and that is when the roof kind of caved in on the Seahawks.
Snowballed.
You notice that was after that little issue they had with Debo. They said that team took that personally.
Well, Debo took him home pretty much in this one. Purdy made some nice moves right here to keep the play alive. And he flips that one out to Elijah Mitchell for the score. He pops in the end zone, and then Debo hammers the nail down into the Seahawk coffin on this play. Purdy, just find him and let him make some plays.
Hey, who's that? Debo. Whoa. Debo.
Here you go.
Whoa. Just about this playoff.
Debo Samuel, 74 yards, took the block from Ayuk, and the Purdys are all happy. Brock Purdy, 332 yards, 3 touchdowns in the air, 1 on the ground, and this was your bold, Steve. joins Matthew Stafford, Aaron Rodgers, and Kurt Warner with 300 or more passing yards and 4 or more total touchdowns in his first career playoff start. That would have been your bold. Or Chargers take a 27-0 lead in Jacksonville and a 5-turnover